Morning everyone. So it's a wet day outside and I thought I'd start work on the supports for the shower tray. A little bit of backstory to this, I suppose. This is the shower tray upside down. It's for the Thetford 220 series of toilets. I got this from Magnum Motorhomes. When I originally went, in my eagerness, I picked up the wrong shower tray. I picked up the shower tray for the C200 toilet. That's actually a lot better. It's a lot deeper, and this area here, which is on the back wall, big enough, more than big enough, to get a 60mm Truma vent through, and all your pipe work, your cables, your gas pipe, whatever. There's loads of room here. This one, you'll be lucky to get a couple of water pipes down there and a cable, and that's it. And I've also got to trim it down a little bit. It's a shallower tray, but the people that make them don't fit them. You basically make a piece of plywood to go in here. It only has one drain on it. So you make a piece of plywood to go in there, 12mm, all good. Look at these, right? They stick down beyond the bottom of the shower tray. Look at that, why would you do that? So you've got to make an inset that is 16mm in there, so you've got to support your shower tray using that as the bottom, unless you can sink into your floor. So this is my ceiling ready to go up. What I've elected to use, this stuff is from Magnum Motorhomes, and it was some thin ply, I think it's 3mm, and it was painted matte black for Lunar caravans, but they decided not to use it. So Magnum's are selling it off for like £10 a sheet. I think it's 4x6. So it's, for me, it's perfect, and even because it's painted. So again, with my insulation, I've used 5-6mm close cell foam, recycled insulation, and then I'm putting Reflectix over most of it, but just loosely. And I'm putting it loosely because the job of the Reflectix is to reflect radiant heat, and in my installation that's probably going to be more effective from the outside coming in. I have put a very light coating of adhesive on there, but it's just to keep it in place, nothing more. Just got to do some more insulation down the bottom, down the front end. Morning all, another cold morning working on the van. When you're building your van, you seem to be forever doing insulation, putting wiring in, measuring up boards, putting battening in, and you seem to be, depending on how much time you spend on it, days if not weeks not getting anywhere. But now you start to get to the exciting bit. It's where you start building the furniture, if you like. Now, I'm not a carpenter, I'm an electrician. I'm basically building this from stuff that I found on the internet and sort of learn as you go along. But with my bench, I've basically watched loads of videos, learned as much as I can. One of the things that I've learned is the strength of joints. So you see this front frame here. These joints are like this. So you sit your cross beam on top of a vertical, and that gives you the maximum amount of strength. If I was to make a joint where that comes up to there and do a butt joint up to it, you're only relying on the strength of the actual joint, so that's the screw going through it. You know, I've seen in caravans over the years where they've chose the wrong joint and things can start to become loose, but that will never ever come loose because the weight is down on there. The other tip that I want to share with you is making notes. So the side of your van, so you see up there, I've got battens that I've put in the side of the van, and that's pieces of wood which are shaped to kind of make a, if you like, they have to be shaped, angled, to form a straight line with the side of the van, not a vertical line, a straight line. But once you put your sides on, you lose sight of all those, and so it's a really good idea to take photos with your phone and make notes. And this is my note and drawing sheet which I use. It's generally just rough, but it's just to put my ideas down on paper. And one of the things that I do here, I've got 2 or 3 of these pages, and it's where the beams are. So this is the bench seat area, and it tells me where the horizontal battens are behind this wall. And so what I've been able to do, I've created the back to the seat, and I've screwed that through into that batten there. That one is higher up here on the windowsill. So this is my bench seat. I've already created the lift up bit. There's a bit of space here, because the last thing you want is for this to be drawing an arc on this furniture board. Got my first ever piece of furniture board in yesterday, and I'm quite pleased with it. There's a little bit of a gap over there. One of the criteria for my seat bench was I did not want a vertical backrest. You know, in all the caravans that I've ever had, you get the back seats are vertical, and as people we don't sit vertical, and so I wanted to create a bit of an angle on here, and that's what I'm doing with this. So I've routed an angle in there and on here, and so my bed slats are going to sit, I routed this out for these, and so my bed slats are going to go from here into there and form a sliding bed slat. You lose a little bit of space on the back, so I'm losing about 4 inches there, and the bed slats are literally going to go up to within an inch, less than an inch of that wall, but that's fine. And then I'll have 2 pieces coming down at an angle on the edge. Those are the tips that I wanted to share with you really, and that was to take a note of where all your battens are. Make notes. I tried to do this van build thinking I could do everything out of my head, but I quickly soon found that it's really not possible. You have to make notes. So there's the backrest to my bench, and it's at a nice little angle. So it lifts up.